I am sitting here with Dr. Randy Fries, who is a member of the Arizona House of Representatives for District 9. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Sarah. My pleasure.
What do you have to say to millennials or young people that feel totally disenfranchised with politics and the deep political divide in this country?
There's always hope, and I'm so encouraged by young people today, seeing their degree of engagement. We didn't have that same level of engagement in my generation. Although you may think in the short term you're not affecting change, small actions today create large repercussions in the future. You must absolutely talk politics to your friends and neighbors, because you know what you find is that you agree on more things than you realize. And when you realize that you're agreeing, at least with the goal, you may disagree on how to get to that goal, but if you realize that you're agreeing on the goal, then you can get compromise and figure out a way to get to that goal. Arizona has a bicameral state legislature, House and the Senate. So the House has twice as many members as the Senate. Each member of the legislature can introduce bills. Of course, you have to get a majority of people to agree with you to pass the bill forward. And then, of course, it's got to be signed by the governor.
What are the most pressing issues you've found for your constituents in Legislative District 9?
Oh, that's an easy question. Education funding. It is the state's responsibility to be sure that we have a well-funded, uniform system of public education. And I believe that we're failing as a state. We're not addressing it. We're not solving it. The citizens are reacting and showing us you're not fixing this problem is becoming more and more pressing. Making sure that our balance between corporate taxation and creating an environment that's helpful to business is balanced. What we have neglected to consider is making sure that Arizona is a place that people wish to live. Make it so that people want to move here. Then businesses will come and create jobs and the economy will grow.
What originally got you into politics?
So I'm a trauma surgeon. In 2011, we had a mass shooting and I took care of those victims. I took care of Congresswoman Giffords, and that sort of flipped a switch for me.
How do you balance your two careers?
It's actually easier for me when we're in session in Phoenix because we can work 12 hours a day, 18 hours a day at the Capitol. In the interim, when we're not in session, it's a little harder for me working at the hospital, but then I'll frequently need to go to Phoenix for a meeting or for some reason, and then it's harder for me to juggle. I do trauma critical care, so I work in the ICU and take care of extremely ill people, and taking care of these people is a team. And I get to be the team leader, and everyone has input, everyone has ideas. Those skills that I've been developing for the past 20 years have helped me move over into the legislative workplace as well.
How do you ensure you reach all of your constituents?
Going out to the community, going to the schools, going to events that people invite me to. I'm a frequent writer of op-eds for our local paper. We're doing mailers and lots of social media.
What are some options that you see as feasible solutions for medical care?
Healthcare is very expensive. It's our job as a state and the federal government's job to make sure that everyone has access to quality healthcare. Moving towards a market or the exchange that the Affordable Care Act set up and divorcing that benefit from your job, I think is something that we need to start thinking about. Healthcare is very expensive also for employers. The problem with the Affordable Care Act right now is the people using the exchanges tend to be high risk with their healthcare and cost more. If we can get more young, healthy people onto the exchanges, the cost of healthcare on the exchange will come down. The products available on the exchange will become more robust. My goal would be to transition us to getting more people on the exchanges through the Affordable Care Act, purchasing products on the exchanges, and not having the expectation that I'm going to have a full-time job giving me my healthcare.
What is an example of something you've done to support or empower women?
As the Democratic Caucus has been trying to get the Equal Rights Amendment heard, Arizona is one of the states that never ratified it. So we've been trying to get it heard in our state legislature to move it forward and tick us closer to that number.
The ERA, you said.
The Equal Rights Amendment, yes. We are the minority, but we represent 41 or so percent of that body. We are like water on a rock. We're dripping water on a rock, and over time, we will effect change.
What is a piece of legislation that you either sponsored or co-sponsored that you are the most proud of?
My second year in the legislature, again, focusing on public education, I noticed not only do we have a problem with funding our schools well in Arizona, we have a very big problem with teacher flight. So I created a program that said if you're a public school teacher, a certified public school teacher here in Arizona, and you've taught here for 3 years, then you could go to the University of Arizona, the Northern Arizona University, or Arizona State University for 75% tuition reduction and get a degree, a master's degree or a PhD in education, in the College of Education. Let's develop a second tier in the program to help keep the senior teachers here, where if you are a teacher of 10 years or more experience, then you, the teacher, your spouse, and your dependents could go to any one of our state schools for 75% tuition reduction and get a degree in anything you needed. We have to spend money to save money. And if you build a retention program and at least put a dent in your teacher flight problem, we're actually going to be saving money in the long run and creating a stronger teacher workforce.
What is the last TV show that you binge watched?
I was a big fan of Lost in Space when I was a kid, so I've been watching the Netflix Lost in Space.
The new Lost in Space. Diamondbacks, Suns, Mercury, Cardinals, Coyotes, or Roadrunners?
Roadrunners, yeah. Roadrunners, our new hockey team.
forgot.
The Roadrunners is our new hockey team.
Who is your favorite female artist?
Annie Lennox. Been a fan of Annie Lennox for many, many years.
Who is a political candidate that in 2018 inspires you the most?
I would say Beto O'Rourke in Texas. I respect him because he is running as who he is in his home state. And we need to see so much more of that in politics today. We need people to tell us who they are, why they're running, and what they would do.
Well, thank you so much for sitting with us today. This was a real pleasure speaking with you.
My pleasure, Sarah. Thanks for the invitation.